The ketogenic diet. That sounds like a good diet. Let's try it. Written by Kristen Mancinelli. She's going to show us the scientifically proven approach to fast, healthy weight loss. Healthy. She said that, right? Oh, okay. Look, let's get right down to it. I've read almost every diet book ever written. I'm serious, and I'm really sick of diet authors who lie. I'm going to show you some quotes from the book just to show you how the low-carb, animal-based diet promoters use careful wording and sometimes just outright stupid statements to trick you into following their diet and make them seem like a better alternative to the low-fat diets and stuff. So here's one of her opening statements. It is not my intention to villainize carbohydrates. Many peoples worldwide live on diets rich in grains and starchy vegetables while maintaining a normal weight. When I read that, I thought, good for you. Finally, an open-minded author who recognizes the success that low-fat plant-based diets have. And these diets have clinical data showing the reversal of many of the diseases that plague us today. They're proven, they work. So I was glad to see that she recognizes this, and she's not just going to be bashing carbs for the rest of the book, and I'll be able to learn something about eating high fat. Unfortunately, I turned the page where she continues for several chapters not only villainizing carbs, but downright insulting their mothers. Let's have a gander, shall we? Here's a fun one. It turns out that eating fat doesn't make you fat exactly. It's closer to the truth to say that eating sugar makes you fat. But wait, you just said that many people worldwide live on diets rich in grains and starchy vegetables while maintaining a normal weight. Now all of a sudden, 2 pages later, sugar makes you fat. I only turned the page twice. She's already contradicting herself. But notice the clever, uncommittal wording here. It's closer to the truth to say that sugar makes you fat. It's not the actual truth, but I love you. It's closer to the truth. Okay, moving on. Carbohydrates are finally being properly blamed for their role in weight gain and disease, and fats are being exonerated. So she's full into carb bashing mode now. Forget the opening statement, that was just to lure you in. She offered you some candy to get into her car, but once you get in there, there's only butter and fish oil candies. Here's some more clever wording. We are considered the second fattest nation in the world. Mexico recently knocked us out of first place. Well, congratulations, Mexico. And it's looking more and more likely that our obsession with carbohydrates is to blame. It's likely that carbs are to blame. Not definitely, just likely. I know I said lots of people eat high carb in the beginning and they're slim, but you can't prove that. Unless you read page 3 again. Please don't. Here's a funny one. This really instills confidence in eating animal fats instead of carbs. In fact, after reading this sentence, I traded my strawberries for sausages just in order to avoid the heart attack I was about to have. Here it is. Eating fat will likely not give you heart disease or make you overweight, but eating carbohydrates very well might. That is definitive, my friends. You can't ignore the truth when you are faced with it like that. Basically, she's saying, eating butter might not give you heart disease, but eating those mangoes could. She really didn't actually say anything with this statement. She can't prove that fat doesn't cause heart disease. The best she can commit to is, eating fat will likely not give you heart disease. With scientific proof like that, I can now dip my bacon in lard before I butter it. Thankfully, she's done with the carb bashing now. Well, soon. 1 cup of brown rice has 40 grams of net carbs. That's a lot of starch. Even if I wasn't on a ketogenic diet, I don't know why I would want to eat all that. Unless I plan a brisk run afterward, it's all going to turn into fat. My goodness. So forget the opening statement where people on high-carb diets can maintain a healthy weight. Now, even 1 cup of rice will entirely turn into butter in your body instantly. Your body is a butter-making machine and it needs rice to fuel its efforts. The majority of people eating a true low-fat, plant-based diet long-term are slim. And they'd probably laugh at a serving of 1 cup of brown rice. They'd be asking for 2 or 3 with a pound of broccoli to go with it. Speaking of high-carb diets for a second, this is a diet where 80% of your total calories come from carbs, 10% protein, 10% fat. That's a true low-fat diet. That's the kind of diet that doctors like Caldwell Esselstyn and John Mcdougal use to reverse illness in their patients, and it works. There's no room for animal products in that kind of diet, because even a small amount of animal products would raise the protein and fat too high for the diet to work. So anyone who has spent even a moderate amount of time looking into all these various diets for weight loss should know this. They should know what a healthy low-fat diet looks like. So certainly a registered dietitian with a Master of Science in Nutrition and Public Health like Kristen Mancinelli, who wrote this book, will know that, right? Well, let's see. Americans cut down significantly on fat intake from 45% of calories in the 1960s to 33% of calories today, effectively removing 1/4 of the fat from their diet. And yet, over the same time period, almost 3 times as many people became obese, and more than 10 times as many people developed diabetes. This is crazy. I mean, this is what all the low-carb promoters say. The entire country apparently went on a low-fat diet and all became obese, and carbs are to blame. That's the story of low-carb right there. But knowing what I just shared with you about what a real low-fat diet is, the diet that's clinically proven to reverse most of the major diseases we face today, a 10% fat diet, does 33% fat sound like a low-fat diet to you? That's like saying, I'm on a low coffee diet and I still can't sleep. I went from drinking 187 cups of coffee a day down to 108 and I still don't feel any better. Enough of this shit, low coffee doesn't work. It's so ridiculous. A low-fat diet is one that consists of low-fat whole foods, fruits, vegetables, grains and beans, and small amounts of nuts and seeds. No oils, no animal products, and no refined junk foods. So if that's a low-fat diet and everybody went low-fat, that's what they're eating, right? And they're all getting obese because of that? Let's see. When I ask my clients for diet records, I see this trend. Egg whites, dry toast, coffee with many sugars, low-fat flavored yogurt, reliance on pasta and sandwiches for lunch, a lot of energy bars, and avoidance of steak and avocado. Every one of them is overweight. What kind of fucking diet is that? Are egg whites a high-carb plant food now? Is dry toast, as delicious as that sounds, a whole food? Low-fat yogurt? People are just removing as much fat as possible from animals and calling it low-fat. The diet of egg white omelets, chicken breast, and low-fat dairy doesn't work. Thanks for letting me know that. My 3-year-old cat could have told me that. In fact, he did once. I just didn't get it on film. He never spoke again after that. This is the problem. All the low-carb diet authors are calling these insane chicken breast diets low in fat, which they're not. And then they're lumping them together with a healthy plant-based diet that is actually low in fat and helps people lose weight and get healthy, and using that somehow to make their diet seem like a better alternative. I mean, look at this list of so-called low-fat breakfast foods. The only meal that even remotely resembles an actual healthy low-fat meal is the oatmeal with raisins and brown sugar, and it's buried in the middle in hopes that you won't even notice it. All the other meals are either based on refined sugars or reduced fat animal products. Those were never healthy foods, ever. So to be using these examples as an argument against high-carb diets is pretty much insane. They're not even remotely similar. Your house cat is not a lion, your chihuahua is not a wolf, and an egg white sandwich with yogurt is not a healthy low-fat diet. So then we have a little cameo appearance from Jimmy Moore, a low-carb advocate who used to weigh over 400 pounds after supposedly eating a low-fat diet, but it was more like the chicken breast diet and yogurt diet with low-fat cookies that we just talked about. He goes on to explain that he lost over 180 pounds eating a low-carb diet. He forgot to mention that he gained all that weight back though, because it sounds like a great success story in the book, but he's still obese and his blood work is terrible. I'm gonna make a video entirely on that. Perhaps it's because his favorite snack is to wrap a stick of butter in cheese and eat it. I'm not even joking. I just read his book, Keto Clarity, and that really is his go-to snack. He's still fat and sick, and he kills more animals than most lions do. But he's still a well-known name, so why not throw him in your book? Again, here's another carefully worded sentence. The theory that saturated fat causes heart disease is now believed to be flawed. She offers no evidence to support this belief, so you'll have to take her careful words for it. Just another pointless statement without actually saying anything. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to end this video with a statement from Harvard. She actually put this in her book, and I almost couldn't believe she did because it basically condemns the diet that she's promoting. I want you to concentrate on the last sentence here. Over time, eating lots of fast carbs, or basically refined sugars, can raise the risk of heart disease and diabetes as much as or more than eating too much saturated fat. Harvard is basically saying that refined sugar and saturated fat both contribute to heart disease. She just wrote an entire book telling you to eat lots of butter, eggs, and meat, along with some healthy plant foods, thankfully, and then quotes Harvard, who said in plain English, saturated fat raises the risk of heart disease and diabetes. And just because they also concluded that refined sugar raises that risk as well, that somehow condemns the low-fat plant-based diet, of which refined sugar is not even a part of at all, and makes her diet wonderful. Low-fat plant foods are a complete package. A mango has sugar, fiber, water, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, things we haven't even discovered yet. It has all the components needed to digest itself, basically. Refined sugar is just one ingredient, sugar. It has none of the vitamins or minerals that are needed for sugar metabolism, so it just robs your body of those nutrients just to get assimilated into the body. So comparing refined sugar, which robs nutrients from your body, to whole foods, which give you nutrients, is just a fail. It's an epic fail. And this is the argument that most paleo diet authors bring up when promoting their diets. They slander high-carb diets to make theirs look good, but in my mind they end up looking foolish in the end because it's all lies. It doesn't take much effort to debunk these lies, and it's just crazy. So follow those who operate with integrity if you're looking for diet advice. High-carb advocates are guilty of this too, so they're not completely off the hook. I'm just debunking this one book right now. But high-carbers, they come up with statements like, the fat you eat is the fat you wear, which is completely untrue. I'm calling for higher integrity from both sides so we can work together, share information, instead of just misrepresenting each other and spreading middle school level rumors. So be careful out there, my friend. Not everyone has your best health in mind when they're writing a book. I'm not saying a ketogenic diet doesn't work for weight loss. I'm just attacking the method of delivery, the lies used to strengthen their weak arguments, and the lack of science supporting their claims. I'll actually listen to their evidence should they ever produce any, and present it in a mature way. I'm always open to new information, but until then, I'll stick to plants.